So normally when I do these reviews, I come in and record my audio within a couple hours or maybe a day of after seeing the movie. I want to have the film pretty fresh in my mind so I can remember the points that I have about the film. But with I'm thinking of ending things, it's been a couple days because I've needed time to kind of process my thoughts on this film. When I finished this film, I couldn't think of what to say about this film because this is a dense, chunky boy. This is the newest film by Charlie Kaufman, a writer that I like, but I don't really go out of my way to see his new stuff. But a buddy of mine said this was like a masterpiece, 10 out of 10. I need to watch it very soon, so I kind of made it a priority. And honestly, I loved it. On surface level, this movie is about a girl thinking of breaking up with her boyfriend, and they go visit his parents. But this film is really left open to interpretation. Personally, for me, this is a movie about how life blends together day after day until you die, making time just kind of seem interchangeable and everything just kind of blends together. But I can definitely see people getting different interpretations of what this film is actually about. But to me, that's what I got from this film. Performance-wise, everybody here is really good, especially of the main four. Jessie Plemons is great. Personally, this is probably one of my favorite performances I've seen by him. Buckley does a really good job here as well. Toni, Collette, and David Thewlis gives amazing performances. I'm sure I'm pronouncing David's last name incorrectly, but Toni, Collette, and David Thewlis kind of give these really outlandish character kind of performances, and I really liked it because to me it was kind of like the emphasis of like how awkward it is to be around people you don't know, and especially people like you never connect with, how like just awkward it is to be around them. So having these really like characterized performances for that, I don't know, to me it just really worked. The cinematography is absolutely gorgeous. It's done by Lucas Zale, probably pronouncing a name wrong, but he is the director of photography for Cold War and Ida being one of my all-time favorite movies when it comes to visual language and shot composition. So the film looked phenomenal. There's not really a lot bad I can say about this film. I think the one thing that's really going to turn people off is normally when films are left open to interpretation like this, they're kind of a love it, hate it kind of movie, and I can see that being the case with this one as well. I have a handful of friends who would absolutely despise this movie, and I have a smaller group of friends that would absolutely love this movie. It's one of those films I think you could watch multiple times and pick something new out of it. So it's definitely one that I wouldn't mind checking out again at some point. But like I said, this was a film that took me a couple days to kind of compress and think about my thoughts on this film. And I kind of like movies like that you don't really know what you think about it after you finish it. You need to like let it digest and sit in. And like I said, this is a very dense film that is really, really well written. One thing I really liked about the film was the young woman played by Jessie Buckley, who doesn't really get a single name in the film. She's called multiple names throughout the film, and even in the subtitle she's just referred to as young woman, so that's kind of interesting. But like she'll be thinking in her head to herself, and Jake, played by Jessie Plemons, will like interrupt her thinking, and she's got to like take a moment to kind of process what he said and then reply to it. And I don't know, just the way that the dialogue and interactions between the characters were written was just really engaging and really entertaining, and I really do just love the screenplay to this film. I think it's one of the best screenplays of the year so far. It's not been very much this year, but I definitely think this is one of the better written films. But overall, I really loved it. It's a dense boy. I say go into it with an open mind. You may be surprised, and I really loved it. Just took me a couple days to figure that out.